Welcome back to Devil's Digest TV. I'm Jesse Morrison, joined alongside the winningest coach in Arizona State women's basketball history. Coach, first game against Air Force on November the 5th. How excited are you for the season?
Hopefully the team is super excited. I think we're all really ready for a real opponent, Jesse, and excited. People might think, oh, Air Force, not a Power 5 school, but we're gonna have a great test our first week of the season because these teams are, anytime you play a military team, they just have another level of toughness.
You lost Kiana Ibis, Courtney Ekmark, Charnay Johnson-Chapman, Sophia Lenga. How much will you miss those players?
So that was a pretty good front line. I mean, four very impactful seniors not only brought stats, scoring and rebounding, but leadership. So we will miss them a lot, but it was funny. The other day, some fans asked, how are you going to replace that scoring? I'm like, well, they scored a lot, but they also took all the shots. So we'll just have different people taking the shots. They're pretty, I don't know if they're replaceable because they're so unique as women, but I like our talent. I think we won't be as experienced in the post, so we are really looking to get more scoring from the perimeter this year. And yet we have, Jamie Rudin healthy. We can keep Jamie Rudin healthy. Tatavia Tapley, our fifth-year grad transfer, is really coming along. So I think we'll be a little more balanced. And I think even outside of the starting lineup, we're going to have more people kind of just step up and have big games for us this year.
And you mentioned the backcourt, and you have two seniors on that backcourt, Riley Richardson, Robbie Ryan. What kind of leadership have they brought to the team so far?
Well, our seniors this year are going to be our strongest leaders too, and Kiara Russell. You can't forget about Kiki because, well, you can because she's been so injured. But I want to remind everybody that we have three really good senior guards, and they kind of take turns, being healthy and stuff like that. I mean, Riley's been pretty healthy her whole career, but I think the three of them combined are going to provide great leadership to this team and a lot of scoring, a lot of assists. The biggest area that they need to improve, Jesse, and that we need to see this team do is rebound. Because that's the thing that I haven't seen replaced. The scoring I'm not as worried about. The rebounding, our guards really didn't have to rebound much last year. Nay would just grab them all, right? Nay, Kiana, Sophia, they would just gobble them all up. Courtney got in there consistently. Yeah, so we're really working on that right now.
You brought in three talented freshmen. What do they bring to the table?
They're all three very athletic, different. Ebony Walker in our first close scrimmage, which we don't really talk about, but she might have been the best player on the floor through a lot of the scrimmage. So she really she's going to help us. We're going to be small ball a little bit this year. We've got these forwards who are a little bit undersized, but sometimes those are the hardest players to guard and some of the best players in the game. So I'm excited for her. Sierra Bajetti from Finland. It's been a few years since we've had a high motor guard like her. I'm very excited, just to see what she can bring to the table. She's got some veteran guards ahead of us, but if people remember Lily, it's been a few years again since we've had somebody that can really kind of dog that ball handler. We're really hoping to play a lot faster this year than we did last year, pick up, be more aggressive defensively, and Sarah's going to help us with that. And so is Sydney Caldwell. Sydney Caldwell is talented, 5'8", strong, good shooter, but she's going to be able to get after it defensively too.
And as far as your goals for the team this year, you guys went to the Sweet 16 last year. What are the goals for this season?
They have very big, hairy, audacious goals, this team. They really do. So, and I love it. We have very high standards here. I mean, they want to, win out in the preseason. They want to compete for a Pac-12 championship. They want to get to a Final Four. And they know, a lot of them in this program were so young this year. They don't really know what that takes. The cool thing is that they're talented and they're willing to work for it. So how many of those goals we can check off our list remains to be seen. We like to set our outcome goals, and then we like to just come in here every day, keep our head down, and really focus on our performance goals, our field goal percentage, our rebounding, our assist to turnover percentage. So that's our daily goals will get us to those bigger, loftier goals. But this team, I mean, they're definitely not putting limits on themselves, which I like.
And as far as you personally, this is your 23rd season. What keeps you motivated after 22 years?
I don't like to lose. I mean, really, obviously I want to serve these young women. I want to help them be the best they can be. I have an amazing staff. We love the game. We enjoy it. But I think, working 7 days a week all the time, it gets tiring a little bit. But, I'm a competitor, and much like our players, we want to win.
And 23 years in, is there anything you still think that you can, get better on and still improve at?
Everything. I mean, I think I'm not all that, but I'm a good learner, and I take from everybody. I try to learn a little bit every day from any situation I can. So, oh yeah, I like to think that I'm getting better every year and kind of evolving a little bit every year. I try. That's the goal. That's the goal. Yeah.
And you had 8 players on the Pac-12 academic teams last year. How important is that for you, the academic side of things?
It's incredibly important because while every player in my history, my 22 plus years here that's wanted to get a pro contract has got a pro contract, but nobody's gotten rich. You're just not, I don't care who you are, probably not going to get rich being a professional women's basketball player. So it is so important to us that while they're here at ASU, they take advantage of this amazing university and all the opportunities. And hopefully whenever they're ready to hang up those high tops or low tops or whatever they wear these days, barely low tops, they'll definitely, be prepared. Courtney was in law school. Sophia's finishing up broadcast journalism. Robbie's getting her master's degree this year. We've got some people in education. Riley's finishing up her business degree, going to go into real estate. So that's really important to us. Basketball, it's fun, but it's a vehicle for these young women to really hopefully grow as leaders, as people, so that when basketball is over, they can really impact the communities they're in and be prepared for the rest of their life.
And last question, you've got a little bit of changes on your coaching staff this year. Breon January is no longer with the team as she's decided to play overseas again, but you brought in Nikki Blue. What differences have you seen between the two of them as far as coaching styles, and what does Nikki bring to the table?
Great question, and I do want to say, I'm really supportive of Bree's decision. It's we didn't know if she could do it. She didn't know how long she wanted to play, but she knows now she's got some years left in her, and it's just incredibly hard to play at the highest level, be a starter at the highest level in the WNBA and be a coach at a Power 5 program. And, we work every day, like I already alluded to. So, I think I'm excited for her just to enjoy, play as long as she can. She is going to be an amazing coach. Nikki, kind of the same template, someone that's played in the WNBA, the highest level, 4-time All Pac-10 player. So amazing accolades, that is a little bit closer in age to the players. And so I kind of went for the Breon January formula, if you will, because I thought it was amazing to have her and all of her experiences, and the girls could really look to that. And I think Nikki's bringing that. She hasn't been a Sun Devil, so she's kind of learning. Like, of course, with Bree, she knew everything. But Nikki, she's so talented, and she's such a great person. And of course, we're all different. We have different personalities, but I just think, just her maturity in terms of, the girls looking at her and knowing, like, she knows. She knows what it takes. I don't know if maturity was the right word, but just her experience of, the girls being able to go, hey, what was it like to, play in the WNBA, or how, what do you think helped get you there? I couldn't be. When Bree made the decision, I was like, ah. And then, when I was able to, I had Nikki in the back of my mind from a few conversations over the summer. And she's not Bree, but she's Nikki, and she's brings a lot of what Bree brought to the table, and then other experiences as well. She's a great story. You should interview her.
Oh, we'll do that. For Charli Turner Thorne, I'm Jesse Morrison. This has been Devil's Digest TV. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks, Jesse.